families left here and they did big things for this country, whether it was a war or liberating other people. It happened here. Somebody in this community did more than just make bricks and plant corn. They freed other people. This family is where we start. It doesn't have to be where we end. I'm going to compare their results with the ship manifests that came here to the Fredericksburg docks. There were 12 African nations that were marched through the city docks. And I expect that these 10 descendants, these families, who are some of the oldest families, had descendants who came in through those docks by one of the 12 African nations. So I will be looking for your DNA to fit the profile of a person who might have come from Senegal or Nigeria or Ghana or wherever, South Africa, Madagascar, wherever the results will lead. That's what I expect to find. And then I'm going to ask the families to share with me family traditions, family naming conventions, because that will also validate if the results come back from Ghana and your family has a particular tradition or ritual that is consistent with Ghanaian people, then the results are right. And where there's an absence, we can insert the new narrative to support our memories. It's going to require us to do that. That is my plan. And if you all know me, you are on board this train or get out of the way. Yes, sir.
The manifest that you referred, is that available? The manifest that you referred to, is that available to the public?
The ship's manifests, I have 2 of them, but those archives are being held by the New York Historical Society.
New York Historical.
That's right. So it's going to take time for me, once I get these back, to find those records. I may not find them. Because some of these ships went under radar, they didn't want to be detected. But I will have these results. And I will go from there. Where there is an absence of the record, I expect the descendants and my scholarship to fill the gap, to write this new story about the African American community in this city and beyond, all the way to Cincinnati, to New York, to Texas, to Oregon. It goes beyond the borders of the city markers. And we need to understand that. That's what I intend to do.
It is an honor and a privilege on behalf of the city of Fredericksburg to welcome you, but mostly to thank you. Thank the descendants of these families for being willing to participate in a project of great significance, not just to our city, but to our nation. We call ourselves a nation of immigrants. We call ourselves a melting pot. We call Fredericksburg America's most historic city. Yet those who came here from Africa came not of their own free will, but they were early. They were among the first. They built the city, they built much of the nation, and the culture, their culture, became an integral part of what we call American today. This is a really exciting and wonderful project to connect the dots, to connect our families, to connect our history to its true origins. I thank you so very much for being willing to participate. And the city of Fredericksburg is excited for Dr. Royster's bringing this to us and leading us and keeping us going. But it is your participation that will make it happen.
What's very unusual about this record in 1820 is that there are women head of households. And the only way you get on the census is if you own your own home. So in 1820, black women owned their own homes in the city of Fredericksburg. Now that is a question that we need to find out. How did they get to own their own homes? How did they become unencumbered by the privileges of whiteness? How did they become free? The red dot was unusual. This woman, Patty Wheeler, reported that she owned a black person. Now that does not mean what we think it means. She was probably protecting or owning someone in her family to prevent that person from being taken and put into a system of enslavement. It wasn't the kind of treatment that we would expect when we think about this system of enslavement. There were a number of very well-to-do African Americans in this community that did the same thing. They bought people in order to free them. So there's nothing unusual there. But that's the kind of record that I was looking at and trying to develop a list of people who would be good candidates for this program.